So that, I mean, that was great for me, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just make money. All right, so I like this part because I was doing LLCs. I'd buy a house with an LLC, and then I'd sell you the LLC. That's a taxable event, guys. Okay, if I sell him my beneficial interest for $5,000, it's up to him to do what? File the IRS paperwork that he says he paid me $5,000. What if he doesn't acknowledge that? Well, of course, I file it on my paperwork when I turn that into the IRS that he gave me that $5,000.
You're paying taxes.
Right. I don't see any light bulbs going on.
I'm not going to say anything.
All right. Okay. So this is privacy. You get protection from and for your partners. This is important. Why do you want protection from your partners? So let's say you and I go into a joint venture deal and we're both 50-50 members of the LLC on the land trust that we bought a property with, right? Okay? And I go to the casino, which I would never do. I'm just making this up.
Sure, that's what you live in Jamaica.
No, I don't like Indian casinos. I go to Vegas. Whoops, did I say that? And I go to Vegas, and they say, "Hi, Cliff, how are you doing? We've got your usual suite, and would you like a $500,000 line of credit today?" And I said, "No, I think I'm going to play Baccarat, so you better make it $1 million." There's people that do that. I don't. But I lose $1 million, and they're going to come after me. Now, the guys in Vegas, they're financial people, but they still have that old collection agency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, yeah, and they find out that you're my partner.
Rocky Warren.
Because we did a deal, but we didn't do it in a land trust. We did it in an LLC. And you're the president, and I'm the vice president, and they look it up, and they see that, you know, I'm the vice president on it, so they come to squeeze you. I mean, they come to talk to you. Because they want that $1 million, right? Can that happen?
Yeah.
It happens on TV. So you know if it happens on TV, it's real. Right? If it happens on TV, it's real. So it's with the land trust, they would never know that you and I were in a deal together because that paperwork is in your desk. Unless they broke into my desk and then they found my paperwork and then we're both dead. So don't worry about it. You won't feel a thing. Won't even hear it. So we talked about the deed restrictions. It's good for bank-owned properties. REOs, no sale period, you know, because they stick you with a no sale period. I kind of already talked about this, and this is kind of, I was supposed to talk about it here, but I talked about it already because we were going too fast. You can do these with FHA, VA, conventional, any type of transfer of property, bankruptcies, probates, anything. There is no law that says you cannot buy a piece of property and take title in a land trust. It's 50 state approved. Okay?
For a bird dog, you mean that some states say you can't have a bird dog because you can't pay them unless you're a real estate agent? Is that what you're saying?
No, but if you go out and you pick up a piece of property and you put it in under contract, I can pay you a fee because I'll buy your beneficial interest. So therefore, I am not paying you a referral fee because you're not licensed. I'm not licensed, and therefore it eliminates that. Yeah, I didn't give you a referral fee. I bought your
What's the best
land
way
trust.
to pay? I mean, is it like services rendered?
Cash.
No, I know.
Oh.
Okay, let's just say we want to give somebody some money out of escrow.
Okay.
And can we say like, is services rendered a good thing to do?
I do some stuff, and I just ask for a consulting fee. But it depends on what I'm doing. I don't broker loans. I don't do any of that stuff because I don't want to have any responsibility with Dodd-Frank. Anybody know what Dodd-Frank is?
First.
Yeah.
Safe Act.
Yeah. It's what?
Safe Act.
The SAFE Act. Who is it safe for?
Government.
The government and attorneys. Yeah. And it's not safe for us. Because if I lend you money on a property and I didn't do the right steps to make sure that you could afford it, if I end up in court with you, the judge will say, "Did you do this?" And I say, "No." The principal is gone. Any interest is gone. and you get to keep the house pretty much. Okay?
But if you own a house free and clear, and you want to sell it to me because I can't qualify, I have a PK, and, but I can make payments. I
You
mean,
still
can
have
sell
to
it.
you still have to abide by Dodd-Frank. So
You
what
just
I
have
do
to
is
follow
I
the
sell you the
plan, right?
beneficial interest of my land trust, which is not regulated by Dodd-Frank.
But okay, that's great, but I'm sure realistically, because we actually bought a house from somebody that owned it free and clear.
Right.
Okay, and so he actually, I think he just filled out a form, that says that Frank form, and he was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to qualify you and make sure that you can afford to pay for it. Otherwise, they take everything away from him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get marks and things, I mean, I guess if
We
we
all
can
do.
make payments, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you're paying $2,500 and you qualify for a $2,000 payment, and now 5 years you go into default, you can take them to court and say, hey, we didn't qualify this. They knew we didn't qualify for it. They took advantage of us, and the judge will give you the house and make the loan that you owe them zero.
Well, he gave us a sweet deal, he died already, but he gave us a 3.25%.
Yeah.
And then he died 2 weeks later.
Oh my God.
God bless him, yeah.
That's a killer
But-
deal.
Yeah, he gave us 15 years, 10 years, and then if we pay everything on time, an additional 5 years.
And then he realized what he did. He had a heart attack.
He did it 5 times.
Wow.
He's so rich, he did it 5 times, and that's wonderful.
Died 5 times?
No.
Oh.
No, he died probably because he was very big.
Okay, that much money.
He was very big, right?
Yeah.
But he was very wise, street-wise,
Yeah.
Wall Street wise.
Yeah.
So he had plenty of money, and it was wonderful because I mean, who needs the banks?
Yeah, you don't need banks.
Yeah.
You realize that you can buy and sell real estate without banks.
Of course.
You know, and I think, well, I thought more of it in the last couple of years that we were heading towards a European style, which is in Europe, I sell you the house and you pay me.
Yeah.
You know, until the next generation comes. And
So anyway, let's just say he didn't check so well, okay, and we may not have been able to qualify or whatever. So if in the event we default, then what's going to happen?
the judge could say that he did it without regards to the law, and that you couldn't qualify for it, so the amount that you owe is zero.
He died.
The principal goes away.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It goes.
I mean,
it's-
that state still owes it, but anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so we would owe zero.
Yeah.
Because he took advantage of us.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. So let's default.
It's horrible. It's just horrible, horrible, horrible. So that's how I pay bird dogs. You guys with me?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta move along here. So easy flipping, assign the beneficial interest. It's easy. No deed transfer. No deed to transfer the beneficial interest. So there's no deed. There's no recording. There's no going to a title company. There's none of that. It's I sign my beneficial interest over to you. And if you just bought it and closed on it, do you have free and clear title? You got a title policy. That all goes with the new beneficiary. Everything goes with them. So nothing changes. If they're uncomfortable, they can go to the title company and say, hey, can you give me an update on the title report? I'm going to buy the beneficial interest of the land trust, and I would like an update. So they'll charge them $300, $400, $500 to do a recert on the title. And if they say, okay, yeah, well, there's no liens or anything against it, so they'll say, yes, it's free and clear, just like it was when it closed here 2 weeks ago, and then bang, you do your deal, it's done at my desk. With me? No closing cost to transfer the beneficial interest. That's what I just said. No, you're not going to a title company. If they want to do a title report, that's on them, but it's not necessary. No deed transfer fees for the state. No taxable event. You're not transferring the property. You're transferring the beneficial interest of the land trust. Simple, easy. You do it in your office. All right. I'm really not selling the land trust. I'm telling you how I use it.
So how do you say it's not a taxable event? I mean, if you make a profit on it, you've got to report that.
Right, but it's not a deed transfer taxable event, which spurs a reassessment of the taxes and all of that stuff. And no transfer tax. No, what is it, 3.5% now they charge you just out of the blue? Bastards.
So we save on the transfer tax?
And we all voted for them.
We save on the transfer tax?
Yeah, there is none.
with the trust.
Right. Because I'm not transferring the property.
Right. That's the only thing to say then?
Yeah, and some taxing authorities are now saying, hey, if you own your property in a land trust, you're going to have to reassess it every 6 years or 5 years.
In California?
No, not yet. So when you see something like that, vote against it.
Yeah.
You will
Because it's all those rich people that own houses in a land trust. Okay. The pre or post closing, yes, it's free. There's no actual deed transfer, so it's free, right? There's no transfer fees or taxes. Easy owner finance. You make the deal. You know, here's the pros. It says fast sale, more buyers, interest income. There's no cons to that. What's the cons? You have to throw them out? Well, you go to court and you say they've defaulted on our contract, and you have them out within 30 days. Some states you can have them out in 3 days.
That is very easy. You know what? That eviction process, we grew gray hairs trying to get people out. $2,000 plus up to 4 months of torture with these people here. I lost that house from a tenant. It was so wise. The judge would not kick him out because he had little children, supposedly, and he needed to stay there.
Well, here's the thing. There's an attorney in Idlewild. You guys know where Idlewild is?
Yeah.
Up in the mountains. And I put him on retainer. Why would I put him on retainer? Can he represent anybody that rents from me
No.
if he's on my retainer?
No.
No.
Were you afraid that he
He's
would?
my attorney. How can he represent somebody else?
Were you concerned that he may? That he would? They do, huh?
He's got a 2-year record of keeping people in the house for 2 years after they've gone through the eviction
Maybe
process.
those guys paid my attorney.
Probably.
Because
And he only charges them $500-600 a month.
Oh my. Yeah, because I asked him.
And I know he's got at least 50 clients every month.
Yeah, because at the end he says, the only thing you can do is kind of like put a lien on him, but no, they're not going to do anything about it. So the bank could not get him out, so the bank had to pay them, because I foreclosed.
Yeah.
To get him out.
Huh?
You're asking a lot of questions, and I personally, I'm getting distracted. I don't know if anybody.
Oh, shut up.
Well, no. The thing with getting them out, it's just know that it's faster. There's attorneys out there that if you have a rental property and they stop paying rent, they can go to the attorney and pay the attorney $500-600 a month, and that attorney will keep you in court until you finally look at them and say, hey, look, I'll give you $10,000 to move out.
They could lose their license.
The attorney?
Yeah.
No, because they follow the law. Who's going to attack them? Another attorney?
Is it legal to represent?
Good old boys network.
Is it legal to represent the other?
Yes,
party?
it's legal, everything that he does. Selling the beneficial interest, you're not selling the property. Okay? You're not selling real estate.
So you're not really under Dodd-Frank at all, are you?
No. No. Now, let me caveat that. It's a new law. There's no case precedence stating that at this point in time. Do I want to be the first? Well, I'll be one of. I don't mind. Because the fact is it's not real estate related. Do you understand? Okay. So I don't need to do an appraisal when I sell it, and I qualify the buyers. How much money you got? What kind of car you got? You know? That kind of stuff. You with me? Does not need to be a U.S. resident. That is huge. In our economy today, we have, what do they say, 20 million undocumented people here? Isn't it 20 million?
11, something like that.
It depends on who you talk to.
Yeah, 20 is probably the better estimate.
There's like 5 people in the United States that are undocumented right now.
But they still gotta live somewhere, so.
They gotta live somewhere, and I'll be glad to take their money. Hey guys, I'll be honest with you.
What's that?
You know who?
Don't need a return. Sorry.
Not to be U.S. resident.
Oh, thank you.
Does not need to be a U.S. resident. Correct. They pay their bills. No problemo, right? No INS.
Except if they're Canadian.
If they're Canadian, I'm sorry.
Here's the Canadian.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You know what it's all about.
On the boot.
On the boat. Practically no cost to create, right? Guys, I talked about this already. You save money. It's your printer ink. All your forms and documents are on your computer, and you don't need a lawyer to fill it out. And there's no public recording or filing fees. You with me? Okay. So you got protection, deed restrictions, you avoid them, easy flipping, assigned beneficial interest, pre and post closing transfer, easy owner finance, practically no cost to create.
So, look, all great stuff. There's no downside.
To land trust?
Yeah.
I haven't come across anything.
I think the only downside is there's just some agents who
Yes.
don't understand them, and they
Freak out.
they freak out.
It's the
All right.
education around
So here's what you do.
Go to a different agent.
How long have you been in real estate? How long have you been a realtor? When did you get your license?
Never heard of land trust.
And you've never heard of a land trust?
It's on the test.
Yeah.
It's on the agency test.
Did
Is it
you
on the
pass
agency
the
test?
Yes, it's on
Maybe
the
that's the one
broker
question you
test.
got wrong.
Yeah.
It's in the book, the manual.
Is it really?
When you go to the class, they
Oh,
go over
Christ, I didn't
land
know
trust.
that.
I didn't know it either.
Oh,
I can
that-
bring my book tomorrow. And I
Oh,
can
I'll
show
have it.
I mean, and then the other aspect is sometimes if you're doing an REO deal, banks
Yes, the
don't.
banks will freak out
They'll
too.
freak out too. So
So here's what you do.
it's a little bit of education.
They'll say, hey, we need to see the trust. You send them a blank copy of it. That's the trust. The rest of this people on